Good day to you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We're reading in the book of Deuteronomy. Now, last time we read Deuteronomy chapter 31, and I told you the last line was really an intro into the Song of Moses, which is in Deuteronomy chapter 32, which we're going to read. But what I want to do is I want to read that last line from Deuteronomy 31, and then we're going to move over into Deuteronomy 32. Now, I am reading from the Amplified Bible. Then Moses spoke in the hearing of all the congregation of Israel the words of this song until they were ended. Now, we're in Deuteronomy chapter 32. Again, I'm reading in the Amplified Bible. Listen, O heavens, and I will speak, and let the earth hear the words of my mouth. Let my teaching drop as the rain, my speech distill as the dew, as the light rain upon the tender grass, and as the spring showers upon the herb. For I proclaim the name and presence of the Lord. Ascribe greatness and honor to our God. His work is perfect, for all his ways are just, a God of faithfulness without iniquity or injustice. Just and upright is he. They, Israel, have acted corruptly toward him. They are not his children because of their moral defect, but are a perverse and crooked generation. Do you thus repay the Lord, O foolish and unwise people? Is not he your father who has acquired you as his own? He has made you and established you as a nation. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask your father, and he will inform you, your elders, and they will tell you. When the Most High gave the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of man, he set the boundaries of the peoples, according to the number of the sons of Israel. For the Lord's portion and chosen share is his people. Jacob, Israel, is the allotment of his inheritance. He found him in a desert land, in the howling wasteland of a wilderness. He kept circling him. He took care of him. He protected him as the apple of his eye. As an eagle that protects its nest, that flutters over its young, he spread out his wings and took them. He carried them on his pinions. So the Lord alone led him. There was no foreign god with him. He made him, Israel, ride on the high places of the earth, and he ate the produce of the field. And he made him suck honey from the rock, and olive oil from the flinty rock, butter and curds of cows, and milk of the flock, with fat of lambs and rams, the breed of Bashan, and goats, with the finest of the wheat, and you drank wine, the blood of grapes. But Jeshurun, Israel, became fat and kicked at God. You became fat, thick, sleek, and obstinate. Then he abandoned God who had made him, and scorned the rock of his salvation. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods by denying him the honor and loyalty that is rightfully and uniquely his. And with repulsive acts they provoked him to anger. They sacrificed to demons, not to God, to gods whom they have not known, new gods who came lately, whom your fathers never feared. You were mindful of the rock who bore you, and you forgot the God who gave you birth. The Lord saw it and rejected them, out of indignation with his sons and his daughters. Then he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a perverse generation, sons in whom there is no faithfulness. They have made me jealous with what is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their idols. So I will make them jealous with those who are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. For a fire is kindled by my anger, and it burns to the depths of Sheol, the place of the dead, the netherworld. It devours the earth with its shield, and sets on fire the foundations of the mountains. I will heap misfortunes on them. I will use my arrows on them. They will be wasted by hunger and consumed by plague and a bitter destruction. And I will send the teeth of beasts against them with the venom of crawling things of the dust. Outside the sword will bereave, and inside the chambers terror. For both young man and virgin, for the nursing child and the man of gray hair. I would have said, I will cut them to pieces, scattering them far away. I will remove the memory of them from men. Had I not feared the provocation of the enemy, that their adversaries would misjudge, that they would say, our own hand has prevailed, and the Lord has not done all this. For they are a nation devoid of counsel, and there is no understanding in them. Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they could discern their future and ultimate fate. How could one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight unless their rock had sold them and the Lord had given them up? For their rock is not like our rock. Even our enemies themselves judge this. For their vine is from the vine of Sodom and from the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of poison, their clusters bitter. Their wine is the venom of serpents and the deadly poison of vipers. Is it not laid up in store with me, sealed up in my treasures? Vengeance is mine, and retribution in due time their foot will slip. For the day of their disaster is at hand, and their doom hurries to meet them. For the Lord will vindicate his people, and will have compassion on his servants, when he sees that their strength hand is gone, and none remains, whether bond or free. And he will say, where are their gods, the rock in which they took refuge? Who ate the fat of their sacrifices, and drank the wine of their drink offering? Let them rise up and help you. Let them be your hiding place. See now that I am he, and there is no God besides me. It is I who put to death, and I who give life. I have wounded, and it is I who heal. And there is no one who can deliver from the power of my hand. Indeed, I lift up my hand to heaven, and swear an oath, as I live forever, if I sharpen the lightning of my sword, and my hand takes hold of judgment, I will render vengeance on my adversaries, and I will repay those who hate me. I will make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword will devour flesh, with the blood of the slain and the captives, from the heads of the leaders of the enemy. Rejoice, O nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance on his adversaries, and will atone for his land and his people. Then Moses came and spoke all the words of this song in the hearing of the people, he and Joshua the son of Nun. When Moses had finished speaking all these words to all the people of Israel, he said to them, Take to heart all the words of warning which I am speaking to you today, and you shall command your children to observe them carefully, to do all the words of this law. For it is not an empty or trivial matter for you. Indeed, it is your very life. By honoring and obeying this word, you will live long in the land which you are crossing the Jordan to possess. And the Lord said to Moses that very same day, Go up to this mountain of Abarim, Mount Nebo, which is in the land of Moab, opposite Jericho, and look at the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the sons of Israel as a possession. Then die on the mountain which you climb, and be gathered to your people in death, just as Aaron your brother died on Mount Hor and was gathered to his people, because you broke faith with me among of the sons of Israel at the waters of Meribah Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin, and because you did not treat me as holy among of the sons of Israel. For you shall see the land opposite you from a distance, but you shall not go there into the land which I am giving to the children of Israel. Now, some of that may have been worded a little awkwardly for us, but you get the idea. Moses was not going to go into the promised land because of a previous sin where he did not treat God's command or treat God as holy. But this song that and it says he speaks this song, so it's not like he's claiming to be singing, but this is a song. They call it a song, and he says he spoke all the words of this song. And this song is a warning to them to not go away from God, to not turn away from Him, to realize their own sinful nature, their own desire to, of course, do what they want to do, right? Their own desire to go the wrong way, to follow these other gods and follow these other things of the world. And we still have that same problem today in all of us. But this is God's warning to us to choose, right? Take heart all the words of this warning, command your children to do the words of this law, for it is not empty or trivial. It is our very life, and that's the way we should look at following the Lord. It is not an empty or trivial matter. It is our very life. It's very important that we follow the Lord and follow His word. So I want to thank you for listening. Hope you have a wonderful day. May the Lord bless you and keep you safe. And remember, God loves you.